Okay, so the equation says t is equal to 2 times n plus 3. Well, we don't know t and we don't know n, but if they give you the value of t, so if t is equal to, what was it? 20. We need to figure out what is the value of n. So we can solve an equation if we have one unknown variable. We can't solve this if we have two unknowns, but we have one unknown because we know what t is equal to. So you've done the first step. We're going to replace t with the value of t, which is 20. And I want you to line this up, okay? Keep it in order. 20 equals 2, and we still don't know n. So we're going to leave that as n plus 3, okay? Now we have 2 bracket n plus 3. That means that we're going to take 2 and multiply it by n and multiply it by 3. So we have to use distributive property. Do you remember this? We have to multiply, we have to distribute the number in front of the bracket, and we have to multiply it by each number inside the bracket, because it's 2, bracket means times, well, it's 2 times n, and it's 2 times 3. If we do that, we can get rid of the bracket. We're removing the bracket. So I have 20 on the left side, okay? We're imagining an imaginary line here. We have our left side and our right side. What's 2 times n? What will that be written as?
2n.
Good, 2n. And then we have 2 times positive 3 is 2 times 3,
2 times
6, positive 6. Do you understand what I did there? 2 times n is 2n, and 2 times positive 3 is positive 6. So now we have 20 equals 2n plus 6. We need to solve for n. Do you remember how to do this? So we're trying to isolate n. We're trying to get n by itself. Okay? So it might be easier for you if I rewrite this. Instead of saying 20 equals 2n plus 6, I'm going to write 2n plus 6 equals 20. Because you're probably used to reading left to right, and we want to isolate n. I want to know what n, my ultimate goal at the end is to figure out what is n equal to, what does n represent, right? That's the whole point. So if I have, again, we're going to put an imaginary line here. On the left side of my equation, this is left side, this is the right side, I have plus 6. My goal is to get n by itself. Well, how would I get rid of positive 6? What do you do to undo an operation? What do we do? How do I get rid of 6? If I have 6 apples and I don't want any more, I have to take them away, right? If I have 6 and I take away 6, how many do I have left?
0.
Right. So I've gotten rid of the 6. What am I left with?
2 and n.
2n. Now, you can't just do something to one side of the equation and not do it to the other side. You have to keep the equation balanced. So if I took 6 away, take away 6 from the left side, what do I have to do to the right side?
Take away 6.
Good. Let's simplify it. What's 20? Take away 6.
14.
Good. Now we have 2n, which means 2 times n, times the number, is equal to 14. Again, we need to undo the operation that's there. Well, here you did the opposite. What's the opposite of addition?
Subtraction.
What operation is 2n? What operation is that?
Multiplication.
What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
So if I divide this by 2, what's 2 divided by 2?
1.
Good. Now, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times anything is still whatever the number is, right? So we actually don't really need to write this 1 here. We're just left with n. But once again, whatever I do to the left side, I have to do to the right side. If I divided the left side by 2, what do I have to do to the right side?
Divided by 2.
Good. What's 14 divided by 2?
7.
So n is equal to 7. We've solved the equation, but we want to check to make sure that works, in case we made a mistake. How do you think we would check to see if this is correct? This was our original question, and we're saying that n is equal to 7.
We do the equation, but replace n with 7.
Excellent. So the original equation said that 20 equals 2n plus 6. So according to our answer, if n is 7, let's plug it in, we have to make sure that both sides are balanced. The left side is 20. What's 2 times 7?
14.
And what's 14 plus 6?
20.
Is 20 equal to 20? Is the left side equal to the right side?
Yes.
So this has to be correct. You checked your own answer. So there we go.